This is a true story I'm about to share with you. I can't remember if I actually have video footage of this, but I have so much footage archived that I will be releasing once I get stable Wi-Fi connection to upload it on my sailing channel. I go by many names, many. Captain Zatoichi, Captain Solo, Captain, many more. So take your pick out of them. Yes, I will be smoking when I will be talking about this. Because it's in relation to the current state of affairs when it comes to this immigration situation and other chaos that's going on right now around the world. And this is at request of a connection of mine that's requested me to do this, so I will oblige because it's important, I think. But what I can do is get my logbook. It's my logbook. Keep all passage information is in here, updated. And this one I will start on arrival. There's lots of chaos in this book, so I'll just cut it straight to the arrival of Dakar in Senegal, Africa. And where are we here? Okay, I will bore you with the details. Bar 1020, that's the pressure, so not too bad. Arrived at Dakar, 23rd of the 12th, 2021 at 04:57 hours. I won't bother you with my position here because I put that in there on degrees. This was Amsterdam, I think it's called, the place. Right. So this is next is the description of what we went through and what we saw. So bear with me. Need to be comfortable when I do this because it's going to be long. Unmarked fishing pots and string lines all over the entrance of Dakar. Plastic bottles and shit everywhere on the passage with dead birds, etc., etc., all from Dakar. Random and wrong coal regs lights, that's for the boats, signalling and that because they don't know what the hell they're doing, any of them. And rude continuous green super laser pointing and flashlights for no reason by fishermen. There was millions of them. Got chased down by pirates on a single vessel just before industrial zone with big ships. They hit into my boat repeatedly and pointed lasers directly into our faces before attack. Then they came demanding cash, so we told them to fuck off as they blocked at least a 2 nautical mile zone with fishing nets to capture people for ransom. We lifted the Genoa, which is the front sail, to only vanish from them as they were clearly pirates, because I analysed the situation. They didn't have any fishing gear. The fishing net trap they had out was just a long line, no net attached to it, really long line, and they just had machetes, and it was for guys, basically, because I analysed all that quickly to assess the situation. Once we put the Genoa out, we went straight to more or less doing about just under 20 knots, so it was like from 0 to 20 knots. We turned off nav lights and they were still trying to find us with the laser and torches. This was when I readied the negotiator. The negotiator is basically my compound bow. As I had it ready and loaded in the galley and put my girlfriend at the time on the helm to steer the boat, and I stood there with my back more or less to the galley and facing towards the enemy, more or less, so I could just rain arrows at them if I needed to. First welcome into Dakar, and it was terrible. Also, it smells rotten so far. We will wait for morning, see if there is anyone nice here. Doubt we will stay long. Total passage we did was 926 nautical miles and all of that. To Cap Manuel was where the pirates were, was Cap Manuel. I knew as soon as we got past Cap Manuel, there's a military jurisdiction there, basically, in the shipping lanes, so they will not follow us up through there, because I'm guessing that the military would probably just shoot them. Right, I'll leave it at that, because there's more in there, but I'll just talk about the next thing. And when we were there, despite the horrible entrance and the corruption there at CVD Yacht Club and everything like that, and we woke up to horrible, it sounded like millions of people falling off a cliff continuously, screaming, but that was actually the mosque that was there, or mosques most likely, because it's just horrible. The energy was awful. It made my girlfriend feel sick through the frequencies, believe it or not, that was coming out from the mosque and from just this weird, I don't know what it was, like an electrical vibration or something, but it was so polluted as well. The water was black, everything was dead, there was garbage everywhere, it stank. We had to sail in with masks on, because it was like more or less COVID time anyway, but masks on, and we put essential oil mint on our masks, like loads of it, just to be able to sail in there. It was that horrendous. And yeah, anyway, when I got in there, some guys asked me how it was, and I explained to them about the pirate situation, and I didn't tell them too much, obviously, because it's probably their fucking relations or something that were doing it, because it's clearly a common thing for them to do. And they just, like, when I told them, they just, like, as always, these kinds of people that I've met around the world, they just smirk, smile, laugh, think it's funny. And then I always drop the bomb on them by going, yeah, and I basically just readied my negotiator, more or less, and I was ready to shoot the motherfuckers. And that's when their faces changed immediately, and we're like, oh, you can't do that, me, and all of this shit. And I'm like, oh, it's funny when it comes to that, right? Yeah, it's funny when they were going to do some atrocities and horrible shit to me, and they did, and we got away with it. And then as soon as I'm ready to shoot them, then it's a problem, apparently. I'm like, fuck you guys. This is Muslims, by the way. And anyway, I spoke to another guy about this. He asked me, and I said to him, I went, yeah. I said, so what? He said to me, oh, they tried that once. 6 pirates tried that in the main shipping lane going in one time. And I went, really? And I know what he's going to say, because it's just obvious to me. I just went, so what happened to the pirates when they blocked off the shipping lanes and the military are trying to get through and all this stuff? Sorry, it's so hot here. There's no air and it's so hot. I'm sweating a lot. And they said, oh, they shot 6 of them and then it was resolved. And I went, oh, it's funny that, isn't it? Because I know. The thing is, this to me is a standard protocol. It's a standard, you know, because it's what I would do. My life, drifting, before having a boat, drifting on boats, drifting through deserts, jungles, and across the sea, and on my own boat. It was not like most people's lives, actually. It's not what you see on YouTube or anything like that. It's raw, dangerous, and fucked up. The amount of dangerous people and fucked up people I met, and even situations with animals attacking and all sorts of things, you know. I was living proper wild, and it was like you either survive or you're dead, basically. There's no safety net, you know. It's not like these TV programs you see with all this fake shit. And when I'll move to the next point I was going to make, because I covered all that shit, because it was just fucking awful. I can't elaborate more, but you get the point. It was hell on earth. They just pollute everywhere they go and kill everything and eat everything and torture everything everywhere they go. Okay. Right, here we go. Yeah. There was a situation with at the yacht club when I was sitting with my girlfriend having a drink, because, well, they're all alcoholics in this place. They drink some really fucked up shit. Coffee mixed with Coca-Cola and rum and shit like this, mixing everything in wine. It's fucking weird, and they all get doolally on it because they can't handle their drinks or anything. They make something that we used to call as a child, as I used to call as a child, like my in my childhood we called it shit mix, where you're a kid and obviously you used to just steal alcohol, take alcohol here and just throw it all in one bottle, and you'd have all these different types of alcohol in one bottle and just drink it and just get fucked up with your friends, you know. Call it shit mix. So it's more or less what they do, and they get really fucking fucked up, like bad, and you know, they get this haze in their eyes. You see it where they just, you know, where you just see and feel the danger, psychotic, fucked up shit. And anyway, the animal abuse. There's cats that came, 2 little cats and kittens, and then this Muslim guy Senegalese guy decided to go and torture and beat them and all this lot in front of me and my girlfriend, whilst we were trying to relax outside. And I already spoke to her about this kind of stuff. I mean, I hate humans. I'm a misanthrope. I'm all about animals. And I'm fully connected with nature and animals, so you bet I've defended a lot of animals, and I gladly will, you know, delete an individual if I catch them doing horrific things to animals, or children as well, because I have a duty of care. And yeah, I obviously I was pissed off, but I was remaining calm. My girlfriend stood up and just like she couldn't handle that, and I told her, and so because obviously we're in a Muslim country, she's a white girl, French, blonde hair, beautiful, you know, me, I'm black, whatever, doesn't matter. They don't accept me anyway. They pretend in all these places where they are black, but they no matter what, you're different to them. They'll just class me as European. That's what they do when it suits them, and then they'll class me as African when it suits them. Same shit in Cape Verde, same shit everywhere. They just do the same thing, and they fall into ranks, so they're just fake, all of them. So you can't trust them, any of them, no matter how nice they may seem, you know? Anyway, she went up and confronted him and told him to stop and all this lot, and then we went in there and, you know, divided it. And if you know anything about Muslim countries, that could easily get her fucking stoned and all of this shit, you know what I mean? But the guy was terrified of her because they're not used to a woman telling them off, which was amusing for me because, you know, I would have protected her with my life anyway, obviously. And you know, and that was resolved. And then one of them sat with us. He'd been drinking coffee, Coca-Cola, and rum mixed together. He was wearing black hijab or whatever they call it, and these dirty leather shoe things from a camel's asshole or something, I think they're made out of. But the guy was just a dirty guy, a Muslim guy, and he sat with us, not invited, because they just invite themselves. That's what they do all the time. And he just said to my girlfriend, because, look, people can judge me as wrong, but I train my girlfriend and she's strong as hell anyway, so she can look after herself. And the worst thing you can do is go in there all, because I'm not, you just don't go, oh, I'm the guy, so I'm going to protect you, and you get in the guy's face. No, I don't need to do that, you know. I eliminate when it's necessary for me to do that, to step in when it's necessary for me to do that. And this is at her request anyway, because she can handle herself anyway, and I know that. But I know where the line is, obviously. And I already fucking hate people anyway, as I've just explained. So it's easy for me to just snap someone. And anyway, the guy basically just said this straight, although we're together. He asked if we were together. We answered, yes. Are you married? No. Why? Because that's what they say, because they think something's wrong with you when you say that. And I said to him, I just don't believe in that. I can explain why, but there's no need to, because it's like talking to a retard. So I'm not going to waste my breath. And he said, do you think the same to my girlfriend? And she said, yeah, we share the same understanding of this kind of shit. Yeah? And then he looked at us weird, like we're fucked up, because he's going, have you got any kids and all this? And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm not into that either. Why? I got my reasons. Very good reasons. Always have. And he then said, inappropriately, that he wants to marry my girlfriend in front of my face. And I sat there, fine as this, because for me it's quite amusing. And she just said this to him. So, well, what can you do for me then? What is in it for me? How would that go? What would happen? And he just said, well, we'd have a big ceremony where I'd kill a goat and all of this lot weird shit. And I was like, all right. In my head, I was like, yeah, so you kill a goat, you fuck a goat or something. And my girlfriend was thinking this, and he said, then we get married and then you'd be raped and my brothers and that would rape you and all this other stuff like that. That's what he said. In front of my face and her face. And so, you know, I can't even remember what she said to him about that. I think she just kicked off and just but in a calm way, an assertive way, just to try and educate him why that's wrong and that's retarded. Yes, that's more or less what she did. And the guy's face expression, it was his brain was just gone with the birds. He just didn't register that what he said and what he was doing. He was deadly serious, so I know that. It just didn't register in his head that that's wrong and you shouldn't even say that, let alone do that or think that or anything. And how the hell would you even think that would work as a pickup line for marrying a girl, you know? You know, it was just horrific being there. By the end of all the hell in there, because it was awful. Oh yeah, I'll mention, near the end of that, we were there for, I think it was a week or something, and for Christmas and stuff, they had their political drive. And this was currently when I can't remember the dictator's name that was there, but he was a fucking nutcase maniac. Like a few of these dictators are, whilst I was there, creating genocide and all sorts of stuff. They had wars going on when I was there, dropping bombs when I was on my boat and shit like this, all this weird shit. And killing their own people and sending people to kill their own families and shit, and it's just fucked up. And anyway, this was going on in Casamance, Senegalese killing Casamance and going through Gambia. Even when I was in Gambia and stuff, it was fucked up. But that was after all of this stuff. But sorry, my dog's my wolf. He's a lobo. He's a Basenji cross dingo. So he's two wolves in one. Yeah, but he's really good. He's intelligent, and you don't like these Africans either, do you? These Muslims, you would rip them apart on that, wouldn't he? He was very good. He was very useful, very good, well trained, as you can imagine. Yeah, with the politics, I remember I was on my boat and I looked, and basically the whole of Dakar was on fire. Yes, time for another smoke. The whole of Dakar was on fire. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? It was just crazy. I was like, those fires are huge. I mean, they're not small, they burnt the goddamn fucking city down all over the place in loads of spots. And I was on the boat thinking, what the fuck's going on? And it was crazy for days and days and days like this. And I went and spoke to my friend there who sells jewellery called Alphonse. And he isn't from there, but he's from some coastal place, can't remember where it is now, but it's a very small, very peaceful place. And he makes jewellery and sells it. And he told me that it's the politics. So everybody's fighting over who gets to stand next to the dictator, basically. All these groups of mayors and stuff like this, and they got their little minions out on scooters with machetes and stuff like this, hacking people up, driving through the streets, robbing people or something. He told me that people went to try and steal his bag with scooters and try and hack him up with machetes and all this sort. And that's how they behave when it's a political rally. There's no need for doing that. Not at all. Not at all. And the dictator sits there because he knows that that's basically what he wants as a design, chaos and murder and death, to fight for that position next to him because he's a nutcase. And then at one point he just called the military out with tanks to go and face the civilian population, the people. And there was no need for that. No need, because I'm sure some of you will understand that they're ruling by fear, which doesn't make a good leader or a commander or anything at the end of the day. So, you know, I was glad to get out of that shithole. It was awful. And then Gambia was another story. Jesus fucking Christ. But yeah, I'll leave it at that because it's a long... I could have elaborated a lot more, but I'd be talking for years, and I'd rather not. This is like 20 minutes as it is. So I bid you adieu, and take care. One more thing. When it comes to self-defense and stuff, I got my shit, but when it comes to people in the UK, right, you can legally, because I know you're not allowed to have anything, but you can legally carry a baseball bat if you have a glove with you and a ball, or a ball and a glove. So you can use that bat as a defense. You just got to have the glove and the ball. Remember that. Even in your car. Remember that. And also, it's legal to carry a staff. You should get one made out of ash wood, so it's hard, and teach yourself or learn how to use it. Because this is actually a really OP weapon. You can go up against people with machetes and swords and all sorts with a staff. Trust me, and definitely a knife. So, and you can do some serious damage because it's a blunt force object, and it's legal to carry because it's a walking stick basically. It's a cane. So I'm giving you some word of advice on this because this is my speciality. Is this and weapon, many things at the end of the day, but weapons especially. So you know, because my weapons of choice are as follows: a compound bow, obviously. It's a tactical hunting compound bow. Very special. Can't get this one anymore. And I got my nice set of tools that I've had for centuries now. My ninjutsu sword. A sheath as a weapon. And a kunai. So, and these have seen a lot of use in my time doing what I do. Because if you don't have that, or you don't have these things, you would just be dead if you've done the shit that I've done. You'd just be dead. You'd just be dead. So, and you have to know how to use these things. And if you ever pull them out to use them, you use them. You don't use it, pull it out, to threaten or to intimidate or any of that nonsense. Like, you don't do that. Same as pulling a gun out. If you're going to pull it out, you use it. You know what I mean? That's how it works. Otherwise, you'll probably find that they'll take it off you and use it on you, or people talk or whatever. It can neutralize the situation. You need them to make the advancement first and then make the mistake. And it has to obviously be in an environment that you can control. The environments that I was in, I could easily control and get away with everything. Everything. UK, for example, you can't. You got snitches, cameras, everyone's fucking videoing everybody anyway, so they are basically a public fucking... The people are the police, as I've always said, even when I left that fucking place. And now it's even worse now. Everybody just videos everybody. It's just fucking pathetic and very weak, in my opinion. But right now, it's quite useful due to the circumstances that we're all involved in. Even where I am now, it's hell, it's shit. But I'm coming back one day, and it's even worse there, and I know, because somebody let the fucking monsters through the gates. So, and there's many to blame for that. You know, that's the politicians, that's the government, that's your royal family, cartels. It's all of them, really. Because they're all taking advantage of this situation, and it's just corrupt officials. So this why it's like a whirlwind. So this why all this is all this stupid shit's happening. People are like, how, why, you know, what the fuck, and we do this, do that. Yeah, you know what I mean. And I've never voted in my life because I know what that is. Always have done since a child. Doesn't work. People that like nowadays, like, oh, we should all gang up together and vote for this and in secret and then get it like this and do that. You don't think I thought of shit like that before? And I still stand by my guns on my decision that I won't vote because it's a waste of time. No matter what, when it comes to that, it's always what the shadow government wants in position of power to achieve specific agendas. And right now, it's obvious to see what's going on because it's happened too many times before. It happened in World War One, for example, World War Two, Great Depression, recessions, women's rights, racist movement, all of these things. Vietnam, because they create chaos and wars and distraction. So they can be able to destroy the old system that we have, that we know as a so-called norm, which I hate myself. I'm anti-system, always has been since a child, because it's bullshit. So they want to do they do this stuff to create chaos and so they can destroy the system, the old system, so they can usher in a new one. That's what it is. And yes, it is what me and many others have said for fucking, I don't know how many goddamn years now, because it must be like over 10 years or more I've been saying this shit, New World Order. And everybody mocked us and laughed at us, said we're conspiracy theorists, we're idiots, we're stupid, all this other crap. And then all the officials and everybody that people look at and worship, these are the sheeple that look at them and worship them, they are told this by these officials and these government members. New World Order, literally, word for word and everything. We need this, need this. And this is fucked up. I've said to people many times that it's going to be their plan. No matter what, you can say I'm stupid and retarded, but I've been right so far about fucking everything so far. And it's boring for me. Life has always been a car crash in slow motion for me. It's pathetic. This is why I went and isolated myself off grid, and now I'm coming back into it, and it's just it's like fuck. I left you for 5 minutes, and then the world's on fire. What the fuck? That's what it feels like for me. But it was all predicted. Where was I going with this? Yeah, their plan is one world government, one language, one religion, believe it or not, that they're going to create. And I was just like, the balls on these guys, the cocks on these guys doing that. It says, I'd be fascinated, although I'm against it, I'd be fascinated to see how they are able to create a one religion, a new one, and convince everybody to believe in it. Because, I mean, look, I'm not religious in any way, but I've studied all religions, I know all of this shit, but good luck trying to convince all of these different belief systems and people that believe in this stuff to go, oh, fuck that, it was crap, I'm going to go now believe in this new thing. That to me is insanity, but humans are fucked up. So this is why I said I'm fascinated to see the results of this. But I'm also fighting, I'm against it. And I just don't see how they're able to do that. The only way they're able to do that is actually genocide, is actually killing everybody that opposes their ideals and, locking them away and getting away with killing them in concentration camps, most likely something that nobody ever talks about anymore. And back in the day, when things were rocking and rolling perfect with Anonymous and WikiLeaks, FEMA camps and stuff, because I was all exposing stuff like that, FEMA camps, and people once again said we were mental, and I'm just wondering where that's gone. And Denver Airport, I was exposing this back in the day, when it was currently still being built and stuff, all of this bullshit, and nobody cared. And you know, and now obviously we've got like ICE in America. To me, that's just another agency, more or less, to uphold a specific agenda. I was suspicious if I bothered looking into it. Literally, if I bothered looking into it, it's probably linked to these FEMA camps anyway, because they were doing drills and everything in the streets of America all around it, and I had my own contacts telling me and giving me intel on this at my request many years ago. And now they're basically doing these drills. They're 100% prepared and fluent in these drills and what they're doing, and they're just like literally just executing people for no reason in the streets in front of people in broad daylight on cameras, and they don't care. So this to me is like some kind of fucked up homeland situation going on here, you know? Yeah, I think that we're going to be heading towards, because they got many things going on. There's too many things to list. It's because it's all linked together in the rabbit hole. It's all linked together. You know what I mean? It's all mass genocide, CIA ops. But I'm leaving it at that. And yeah, I bid you adieu. I've got to spend some time with my dog. Well, my wolf, Mr. Pickles, his name is. You're a good boy, aren't you, Mr. Pickles? Yeah. So, be safe out there. Take what you will from my little segment of my life there that I told you. And I may post another video if this is successful enough or useful enough for people. Just let me know. Comment and like. Share it. It's up to you. My channels are old school, so I'm not looking for any clout or nothing like this. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm just all about spreading the truth and information so people get it for free. I don't give a crap about nonsense. The person that's sponsoring this video is me. So